Well, first let me apologize for all the noise in the background, all the air tools that you're going to hear, but hey, we build these trucks, so can't stop production. This video shows off an Icon FJ40 built in the new school style with the rare removable hardtop and door options. This is the first Icon in our new color, which we're calling Eucalyptus Green. I kind of had a hard time naming it, but basically if you looked at a leaf on a eucalyptus tree and the kind of shiny gray-green color is what gave inspiration for this one. This truck was just completed. It's now September 2011. What can I tell you about it? It's built in the new school style, which denotes the 17-inch Teflon-coated aluminum rims and the integral bull bar and rear bumper system. This is one of the first trucks to come out with our new LED lighting system, including the headlights. These lights were developed in the military theater predominantly for the H1 and other mil apps, and we finally talked the supplier into developing a 12-volt version to sell to us. This truck also has the auxiliary Vision X LEDs. I find these headlights to be way more effective than conventional halogens or HIDs. The diodes have varying focal radiuses in their buckets to create both long throw and short wide throw lighting. They also only draw milliamps, they're submersible, and they don't require ballasts and igniters and all that ridiculous peripheral nonsense that HIDs do. There you see our beloved Icon lizard. He's a California bluebelly lizard, likely to be the only other thing still tramping around on the rocks after you leave all the Jeeps and Rovers behind. There you see the worn 9.5 Ti winch with a Haas Fairlead by Viking and polyurethane shim that keeps it from rattling and annoying everyone. See our emblems, those are CNC'd out of stainless steel and then enameled by hand. Some hardware close-ups, all marine spec US-made stainless steel hardware with nylon shims. The roof racks on Icons to this date are still all built by hand because we find each client kind of has a different utility focus. So this particular rack, matched to the client's utility of a roof-mounted tent, has side guards but open front and rear, which also is friendly for paddle boards and kayaks. We did side sliders on this truck as well, which were braced directly to the frame, not to the vehicle. Here you see the front suspension. It's a triangulated 3-link design with 250 wall US steel and 1-ton greasable Johnny joints. There you see the skid plate. No flanges in the exhaust. They're all V-groove turbo flanges, so no gaskets, no leak potential. And here's the triangulated 4-link rear suspension with Fox Racing shocks and Eibach coils. There's the LED reverse light. I want to show off the rear bumper system a little better. We designed these handles in CNC'd aluminum with stainless hardware to keep your hand from getting sandwiched. You grab the T-bar portion, locking storage bins. As the carriers come out, there's a spring pin, see, click, there it goes. That basically keeps the tailgate from getting marred by a swinging carrier. Also keeps the carrier from swinging too far out and getting into traffic. It's the same design on both sides. The pivot shafts on which these carriers are mounted are 3-plane gusseted to the frame. They're also greasable on both sides, and to actuate it to close, you simply lift the black ball. That was a mouthful. It's all mil-spec 1 powder coat finish. There's no paint anywhere on Icon, so chassis, bumpers, body, everything is mil-spec 1 powder or greater. Let's take a look inside. Headliners on the hardtop Icon. We keep changing our mind and playing with different materials. This particular truck is built in a soft gray material known as ultra suede. You'll see it on luxury cars like Aston Martins and stuff like that, but it's actually very useful and trail-friendly, easy to clean material, so we give it a shot. There's the Viking recovery gear bag, which is full of top-quality Viking and ARB components to complement the winch. Back seats on this truck are our side-facing jump seats. There you see the rear integral speaker and the 12-volt power port. These jump seats appear like the stock ones, but they're much stronger than the original. Now we go up to the front cabin. Here you see a Garmin unit, not our typical one. This is a marine-intended Garmin unit with enhanced capabilities at the client's request. Transmission in this truck is an automatic. We designed them to appear as a manual, but you push the ball in the center of the shifter to engage the gears. There's a UHF, VHF, there's standard radio, seat heater controls, handset. Here you see the sport pedal option, one of my favorites. CNC'd and satin, scat blasted, greater texture on your feet. On the inside plane of the tailgate is a locking storage bin. In this bin we fit the factory lug wrench and wheel lock as well as the Craftsman toolkit. There's room for more stuff as well. Polyurea coating that you see is on the underside of the body, on the underside of the front fenders, as well as on the inside floors of the tub. Makes for a little bit of sound insulation and better protection from the environment than the conventional petroleum-based undercoatings. And it's also a hell of a lot better for the planet. Mild window tint, that's a client option. This truck we did with a white roof cap, sometimes carbon fiber, sometimes white, really up to the client. Personally, I like the white. We do the front grille bezel in white as well, so it sort of gives it a little bit more of a vintage feel. Little tour of the engine bay. Check out the radiator that is made by Griffin, purpose-built for Icon. It's US made, it's all thick wall aluminum, it's fully hand welded, no pressure connections, no plastics or any of that disposable junk. There's a dry sock to complement the K&N filter for intake. ARB air compressor, Optima battery. Notice the quick connect terminals, we import those from Europe. They allow you to isolate circuits with a simple throw of the top toggle. Here you can see at least part of the remote reservoir for the transfer case, as well as the differentials to create an isolated high dry point for breathing. Our engines are actually LS Corvette generation blocks, but we utilize the Vortec intake injectors for a more truck appropriate power curve. That also allows us to run the pulley driven accessories and conventional fan and fan clutch. That was the Overflow Reservoir by Tom Lee from Lee Engineering for our steering partner. The off-road duress, especially with our 35-inch tire option, means that there needs to be room for expansion and enhanced capacity for the system. Here you see our seating. The outboard bolsters is the standard Mercedes OEM vinyl, and then the inner bolsters are, in this truck, the Chilowich optional material. When you do the Chilowich option, you also get the floor mats, which are hand-hemmed and rubber back for easy service. And you just yank them out, pull the drain plugs, and hose out the floor. There's no electronics down low on the vehicle. Next, we'll show you a little bit of the sexy new fire extinguisher. Isn't that cool? It's a US-made ABC extinguisher, no rattles, quick connect pin, all CNC details, really well made. Here you see our fuse panels, trailer, electric, client request. And that's pretty much my whole story. I thank you for watching this. The point of the video is to try and communicate the depth of passion and perspective that goes into what we're doing. The truck's price point is a result of a maniacal drive to put the highest quality, most thoroughly engineered content I can in them, not the result of some marketing department saying, hey, you should ask this much. So they're brutally expensive, and I apologize for that, but I didn't want to sacrifice the quality. So thanks for looking.